Hello, my name is Kimi Hasagawa. I'm the lead teacher of the Core Movement Integration Training Institute. And I'm also the author of the manual for core movement integration. It has this green cover, Core Movement Integration, Introducing 6 Pathways to Lifelong Fitness and Wellness. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the 6 pathways in standing, following the instructions on page 10 and 11 of the manual. So you can stand with your feet even and just take a minute or two to notice how your body is situated at this moment. How much weight is there on each foot? Are your knees relaxed or are they locked? Is your pelvis tilting forward or backward? And the same with your shoulders. Are they coming forward or are they held back? And how does your head balance on the top of your spine? Does it balance easily or does it take effort to keep it there? So we'll start with path 1, which is called front lengthening. And to do that, you'll put one foot ahead and shift your weight to that front foot. And then back to both feet. You can put one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower abdomen. And as you shift your weight forward, can you feel that those hands separate and feel the lengthening of your trunk? We can switch legs so that the other leg is forward. And again, shift your weight to the front leg. The back heel may rise. And feel that front lengthening. Next, we'll do path 2, which is called back lengthening. And for this pathway, you'll put one hand at the base of your neck and the back of the other hand on your low back. Again, your feet will be uneven, but this time you'll shift your weight to the back foot, bend your back knee just very slightly, and then come back to your starting position. And as you do that, this time you'll feel lengthening between your two hands along the back. Then switch hands and feet. You don't need to switch your hands, but you may. Shift your weight to the back foot, bend that back knee just a tiny bit. So this is the back lengthening path. The next 2 paths that we'll do are rotation paths. Path 3 is called spiraling back. And it's called spiraling back because you're going to move your pelvis on your weighted side backward. So I'm putting more weight on my right leg here than my left, and then I'm turning my pelvis so that it's moving backwards. And that causes me to turn towards the weighted leg. So we call this spiraling back. And you may feel lengthening all along that weighted side. can try the same thing on the other side. Weight on the active side, the side that's moving back. And lengthening along the side where your weight is greater. And after you've done a pathway, you can take a second or two to stop and notice how your body feels at this point. Is it different from how it felt before we did any movement? And what's changed? So we just did spiraling back, and next we're going to do spiraling forward. Pick one leg to be your weighted leg, put a little more weight on that side than the other, and this time move your pelvis forward. And you can see that your arms can move along with your torso. You try that on the other side. Put your weight on the other leg. Bring your pelvis forward, and it turns you towards the opposite side. So we call this spiraling forward because the movement that initiates the whole body movement is the pelvis moving forward. Then you could alternate between spiraling back and spiraling forward, keeping your weight on the same leg. Same thing on the other side. And again, you can stop and just take a few seconds to feel how your body feels now. Does it feel different than before we started moving? And can you identify how it is different? The last two pathways are side bending pathways. Again, pick one leg to be your active leg. That's where you put more weight. So I'm putting more weight on my right leg. And at the same time that I do that, I start to feel that my lateral trunk, the side of my trunk, starts to lengthen. And I can accentuate that lengthen. My hand on the side of my trunk is giving it a message that it could lengthen. So this pathway is called same side lengthening because you're lengthening the same side as where your weight is. We can do same side lengthening on the other side by putting our weight on that leg and then lengthening the side of your torso. And as the side of the torso lengthens, you might imagine how your vertebrae open on that side. So they become tilted. So that's path 6, same side lengthening. And now we'll do path 5, which is a little more difficult than path 6. So we'll go back to our original active side, which is my right, and putting more weight there. This time, I'm going to move my pelvis a little bit in the opposite direction from my weighted leg. So my right leg is the weighted leg. I'm going to move my pelvis a little bit to the left and open the left side. If you move your pelvis too far to the opposite side, your whole weight will shift over there. So it's a very small movement. We can do it on the other side. Now my weight's on my left leg. I'm moving my pelvis to the right, and my right side is lengthening. So we call this opposite side lengthening because you're lengthening the side that's opposite from the weighted leg. My left leg is my weighted leg. I'm lengthening my right side. So that's a quick introduction to the 6 core movement integration pathways in standing. There are many variations and many details to investigate, which makes, to me, that's part of what makes core movement integration fascinating. That on one hand, the movements are very simple, and on the other, they can be very complex. I hope you've enjoyed trying the 6 core movement integration pathways in standing. Thanks very much for your attention, and I hope you've enjoyed moving in the 6 core movement integration pathways.
If you are a somatic professional, a movement or manual therapist, we invite you to explore our training series. Check our website for our upcoming practitioner certification training and more information on core movement integration, CMI. You can also register for a free 1-hour introduction to CMI, where you will learn about and begin to explore CMI's foundational 6 pathways, have a chance to ask questions, and meet the instructors. CMI, moving well and fit for the rest of your life.